that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us, with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court.
Hey guys, it's Mandy, and today Shan Diddy has a trial date set for May 2025. The music mogul is facing 6 lawsuits, 4 of which have been filed by male accusers. Over 3,285 individuals have come forward, claiming to have been affected by his actions. In recent months, Diddy has become entangled in serious legal challenges, with multiple allegations involving unlawful activities and financial misconduct stretching back several years. His legal team has been vigorously fighting these claims, attempting to clear his name as the trial approaches. As the key trial date of May 5th draws nearer, attention turns to the strategies his lawyers will use in court. How will they defend Diddy against the serious allegations? And will the evidence presented during the trial shift public opinion? We'll take a closer look at how Diddy's emotions have surfaced in court and his apologies to the families of those involved. A list of lawsuits outlines the legal troubles that Diddy has encountered over the past year. These lawsuits involve various accusations with a focus on misconduct and other serious claims. The allegations have sparked significant concern, both legally and publicly, drawing considerable attention to his behavior. The first major lawsuit surfaced in November 2023 when Cassie, a singer and Diddy's former partner, accused him of misconduct. In her lawsuit, Cassie described situations that she claimed were inappropriate and harmful. She also detailed events where she was allegedly pressured to participate in substance-filled parties. While this lawsuit was settled privately just one day later, it set a precedent, prompting other individuals to come forward with similar claims. Following Cassie's case, more people began to speak out against Diddy. On November 23, 2023, Joy Dickerson-Neal accused Diddy of misconduct dating back to 1991. On the same day, Liza Gardner filed another lawsuit alleging inappropriate behavior by Diddy and R&B singer Aaron Hall in 1990. These cases suggest a recurring pattern of concerning actions over multiple decades. In December 2023, a woman, identified as Jane Doe, accused Diddy, alongside Bad Boy Records president Harve Pierre and another individual, of misconduct when she was a teenager in New York. This marked the beginning of a surge in allegations. By February 2024, producer Rodney Jones also filed a lawsuit, claiming misconduct during his employment with Diddy from September 2022 to November 2023. The list continued to grow, with model Crystal McKinn and April Lampros adding their own claims of misconduct and assault spanning from 1994 to the early 2000s. In September 2024, Diddy was arrested on charges linked to serious allegations. As part of the investigation, authorities conducted raids at Diddy's residences in Miami, New York, and Los Angeles, seizing electronic devices that could serve as key evidence. By October 2024, Diddy remained in federal custody after 2 judges denied his bail requests. The upcoming trial in May 2025 carries enormous weight, as a conviction on the charges could result in life in prison. Meanwhile, the legal challenges only seem to intensify. On October 14, 2024, 6 more lawsuits were filed against him, one of which involved a male accuser. These ongoing legal battles have greatly impacted Diddy's public image and career. Once celebrated for his influence in the music and business world, Diddy now faces a crisis that threatens to alter his legacy permanently. The accusations have not only harmed his reputation, but have also brought attention to larger issues within the entertainment industry. Many are now questioning the behaviors that have long been ignored or overlooked in show business. As the legal storm continues, the question remains: how will Diddy and his legal team navigate this challenging situation? And what impact will this have on his future? Diddy's defense strategy is critical as he faces these serious accusations. His legal team has been working tirelessly to challenge the claims and protect his image. From the start, they have publicly denied the allegations, asserting that the accusations are false and harmful to Diddy's reputation. One of their primary tactics has been to question the credibility of the accusers and the legitimacy of their claims. For instance, in the case of Joy Dickerson-Neal, who alleged misconduct from 1991, Diddy's legal team filed a motion to dismiss, citing the statute of limitations, arguing that too much time has passed for the lawsuit to be valid. Diddy's legal team is focused on several strategies to defend him against the lawsuits. One approach they are using is to argue that some of the claims are too old to be legally pursued, aiming to have them dismissed before reaching trial. This is a common legal tactic, especially when allegations are from many years ago. In addition to challenging the timeline, Diddy's team is also questioning the evidence presented by the plaintiffs. They have filed motions to exclude certain evidence, arguing that it was either obtained unlawfully or is not acceptable in court. For example, they disputed the admissibility of video recordings and other materials that allegedly documented the incidents. The defense claims these items might have been altered or taken out of context, casting doubt on their reliability. By undermining the credibility of the evidence, they aim to weaken the overall case against Diddy. Publicly, Diddy and his legal team maintain that he is innocent. They have consistently stated that the lawsuits are part of a larger effort to damage his reputation and extort money. To support their claims, they have pointed to inconsistencies in the accusers' stories and have cited cases where past accusations against Diddy were proven false. By doing so, they hope to shift the focus to the accusers' motives, suggesting that the lawsuits are financially driven rather than based on real misconduct. Another key element of Diddy's defense is pushing for the identities of anonymous accusers to be revealed. His lawyers have argued that it is unfair for him to defend himself without knowing who is making the allegations. They have filed motions requesting that the court require plaintiffs to disclose their names, arguing that anonymity makes it difficult to investigate the claims thoroughly. This strategy could also discourage further allegations by increasing pressure on accusers. As Diddy's legal team works to discredit the claims and evidence against him, the question remains: how is public opinion being influenced by the media's coverage of the case? The media's coverage of the lawsuits against Diddy has been widespread, reflecting both the seriousness of the allegations and Diddy's high-profile status. Major news outlets have been following every update, from the initial accusations to the most recent court filings. Reports have highlighted claims of inappropriate behavior, contributing to a growing negative image of Diddy in the eyes of the public. Public opinion on the matter has become sharply divided. Many people have expressed shock and disappointment given Diddy's long-standing reputation as a successful music mogul and entrepreneur. Social media has been filled with reactions ranging from support for the accusers to disbelief and defense of Diddy. Some fans remain loyal, believing that the allegations are part of a larger scheme to tarnish his name. However, the volume and severity of the accusations have caused others to reconsider their support, with some even calling for a boycott of his music and business ventures. The impact on Diddy's reputation has been significant. Once celebrated as a pioneering figure in the music industry, Diddy now faces a crisis that threatens to permanently alter his legacy. The legal challenges have led to major professional setbacks, including the loss of business partnerships and endorsements. The financial cost of defending multiple lawsuits, along with the potential for significant settlements, poses a serious threat to his wealth. Furthermore, the ongoing legal issues have likely made new business opportunities less appealing to potential partners, further straining his financial situation. As the media continues to cover the case, Diddy's public image has shifted from that of a successful entrepreneur to a controversial figure. The tone of media coverage has grown increasingly critical as more details of the allegations have come to light. In addition to focusing on the legal aspects, the media has delved into Diddy's personal life, exploring his past relationships and business practices. This comprehensive coverage has kept the allegations in the public spotlight, further damaging his reputation. Diddy is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn, New York, as he awaits his trial set for May 2025. The conditions in MDC are known to be extremely difficult, often described as overcrowded, understaffed, and unsafe. This facility has garnered a reputation for being one of the toughest detention centers, and Diddy's experience there is likely far from comfortable. He has faced several denials for bail, leaving him to navigate life behind bars as he prepares for a highly publicized trial. The situation has taken a toll on Diddy, both emotionally and physically. The pressure of the looming trial, combined with the harsh environment of MDC, adds to the immense stress he is facing. The conditions in the facility are tough, and detainees often struggle with limited access to resources and support, creating a challenging atmosphere for anyone awaiting trial. As the trial date approaches, Diddy's legal team continues to prepare their defense strategy. His defense lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, is known for using aggressive tactics, and his team has been working tirelessly to challenge the evidence and discredit the prosecution's case. The defense has already filed motions to exclude specific pieces of evidence, arguing that they were obtained unlawfully and should not be used in court. The prosecution, led by Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson, plans to present a case that spans over 3 weeks. They will introduce digital records, physical evidence, and testimonies from more than 50 witnesses, aiming to provide a detailed account of Diddy's alleged actions over several years. The evidence includes digital records seized from over 120 devices in Diddy's homes and offices, which are expected to play a crucial role in the case. In addition, the prosecution has video evidence from 2016, which allegedly shows Diddy in an altercation with his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Witness testimony will be vital in this trial, as both the prosecution and defense are expected to call a wide range of individuals to testify. The prosecution's witnesses, including former employees and alleged victims, will share their experiences, hoping to strengthen the claims against Diddy. On the other hand, the defense will likely call witnesses to assert that the interactions were consensual and to suggest that the accusers have ulterior motives. The defense has also suggested that Diddy might testify in his own defense, a move that could have a significant impact on the outcome of the trial. If he chooses to take the stand, Diddy's testimony could shape how the jury views the case. However, this also opens the door for the prosecution to cross-examine him, which could be risky for the defense. The trial's outcome will largely depend on how the jury interprets the evidence and the credibility of the witnesses. The prosecution is expected to connect multiple alleged incidents under the RICO statute, suggesting a pattern of misconduct. The defense, however, will work to dismantle this narrative by pointing out inconsistencies in the accuser's stories and questioning the legitimacy of the evidence. With the trial date fast approaching, the stakes are incredibly high for both Diddy and the alleged victims. Public interest in the case remains substantial, and media coverage is expected to be extensive, further intensifying the pressure surrounding the trial. The legal teams are gearing up for a contentious battle in the courtroom, as the future of Diddy's career, reputation, and freedom hang in the balance. The spotlight is not only on the legal strategies of both sides, but also on Diddy's current situation as he endures the challenging conditions at MDC Brooklyn. His time in the detention center will likely affect his emotional and mental state, which could have an impact on how he approaches his defense. The intense scrutiny and harsh realities of life behind bars are sure to add another layer of difficulty to what is already an incredibly complex legal battle. Inmates have reported a variety of problems, including broken plumbing, inadequate heating, and infestations of rats and insects. These issues are compounded by the facility's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, where inmates reportedly received insufficient medical care and the overall sanitation was subpar. Lockdowns at the MDC are frequent, and during these periods, inmates are confined to their cells for extended times, with limited access to showers, exercise, or visits from loved ones. For Diddy, this starkly contrasts with the luxurious life he once led. He is currently being held in the Special Housing Unit, SHU, which, while providing more security, also means stricter confinement. In the SHU, Diddy is isolated from other inmates and has limited interaction, further intensifying the challenges he faces in custody. Diddy's daily schedule is highly regimented, starting with a wake-up call at 6 a.m., and his meals are served at fixed times. He has no access to the internet, and his recreation time is minimal, usually taking place in a small, enclosed area. This extreme isolation, coupled with the lack of stimulation, can have a severe impact on mental health. Reports suggest that Diddy is under close watch due to concerns about his well-being, and this level of monitoring, while meant for his safety, often includes harsh conditions such as constant bright lights and minimal access to personal belongings. Adding to the challenges, MDC Brooklyn is considered one of the most dangerous federal detention centers in the country. Assaults between inmates are common, and there have been multiple deaths, including incidents of violence and inmates taking their own lives. Given Diddy's high-profile status, he faces additional risks, as celebrity inmates are often seen as potential targets, which can make prison life even more precarious for him. Despite these harsh conditions, Diddy remains focused on preparing for his upcoming trial. His legal team has voiced concerns about the conditions at MDC, arguing that they are unsuitable for someone awaiting trial and hinder his ability to prepare a proper defense. The lack of access to legal resources and the difficulty in communicating with his legal team under such strict confinement have been highlighted as significant challenges in mounting his defense. Diddy's legal team has made several requests for him to be moved to a different facility or to be released on bail, but all these requests have been denied so far. They argue that the harsh conditions are not only detrimental to his mental health, but also create a serious obstacle in preparing for his trial, which is scheduled for May 2025. MDC Brooklyn has a long history of criticism. The facility is known for overcrowding, inadequate medical care, and extreme temperatures, with unbearable heat in the summer and freezing conditions in the winter. Stories of altercations between inmates and incidents of violence are common, further highlighting the dangers Diddy faces daily. Since arriving at MDC, Diddy has been placed under watch, a common practice for high-profile inmates, with guards checking on him regularly and his every move being monitored. Although this level of surveillance is intended to protect him, the conditions can be difficult to endure. The constant lighting, limited personal belongings, and minimal freedom of movement are all part of the harsh reality he now faces. For Diddy, life in MDC is a dramatic departure from the lifestyle he once enjoyed. His daily routine revolves around the realities of prison life, and even the food has been a difficult adjustment. Reports from his legal team describe the meals as basic and unappetizing, far from the luxurious dining experiences he was once accustomed to. Beyond the food, the overall environment is a stark contrast to the world he once knew, making the situation even more difficult to cope with. For high-profile inmates like Diddy, the risks are even greater. Their fame can make them targets for other inmates looking to gain notoriety. To mitigate these risks, Diddy has been placed in protective custody. This section of the prison is designed to protect vulnerable inmates from the dangers posed by the general population. While this keeps Diddy safe from physical harm, it also means significant isolation and limited interaction with others. For many inmates, such isolation can be both a relief and a burden. In Diddy's case, this confinement is particularly challenging given the drastic shift from the luxurious life he once led. Now, Diddy's reality consists of strict schedules, basic food, and little comfort, all while he prepares for a lengthy legal battle. Although the future is uncertain, his defense team has emphasized that Diddy is determined to confront the charges head-on, despite the difficult conditions he now endures. The stark contrast between Diddy's former life of fame and indulgence and his current incarceration raises many questions. For example, how has he adjusted to the dramatically different food options? Diddy's once extravagant meals, often prepared by personal chefs, have been replaced with basic prison food. Breakfast consists of simple options like cereal, fruit, or skim milk. Lunch and dinner menus feature items such as chicken wraps, beef tacos, or chili mac, which are far from the gourmet meals he once enjoyed. On weekends, inmates receive modest treats like cheese pizza with spinach. Inmates, including Diddy, can supplement their meals with additional items purchased from the prison commissary. While the choices are limited, they offer a slight variation from the regular menu. The commissary stocks items like cheese blocks, canned tuna, and even rib steak meals, though these options come at a price. For example, a pouch of Spam costs around $1.50, while a rib steak meal is nearly $10. Despite these options, the food is still a far cry from the luxurious lifestyle Diddy was used to. Life at MDC is not just difficult in terms of food. The daily routines are rigid and restrictive. Inmates are awakened at 6 a.m., with showers allowed only every other day. The facilities are often described as subpar, with former inmates reporting that some meals are nearly inedible. A former inmate mentioned a meal called misery burgers, consisting of a thin, tough patty, illustrating the poor quality of food served. Despite the challenges, Diddy has access to some basic privileges. He can make phone calls, though they are limited to 300 minutes per month, and he can send monitored emails, which cost around 5 cents per minute. Visits are restricted and require visitors to pass background checks, making it difficult for loved ones to see him. The days of wearing designer clothing are long gone, as Diddy now wears a standard prison uniform like the other inmates. Personal hygiene is strictly regulated, and inmates, including Diddy, are subjected to frequent searches, including strip searches that many former inmates describe as dehumanizing. These strip searches involve inmates removing all their clothing for thorough inspection, a humiliating experience for anyone, especially for someone like Diddy, who is used to controlling his environment. The loss of control and autonomy, combined with the stress of incarceration, could lead to deep emotional turmoil. For a person accustomed to wealth and luxury, the harshness of prison life presents immense personal challenges. In addition to the difficulties of prison life, conspiracy theories involving Diddy have also surfaced online. Viral footage claiming to show Diddy alongside high-profile figures like former President Obama and Vice President Kamala Harris in a bizarre ritual has sparked debates and wild speculation. Many have questioned the authenticity of the footage, debating whether it is an elaborate hoax or something more sinister. Such viral sensations only add to the challenges Diddy faces, both in terms of public perception and his ongoing legal troubles. In May 2024, a photo of Diddy with former President Obama added fuel to these conspiracy theories, particularly when federal agents raided Diddy's homes as part of an investigation. As social media users quickly connected the dots, these online discussions contributed to the growing media storm surrounding Diddy. The viral image connecting Diddy to his legal troubles has sparked a wave of reactions across social media platforms like X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Some users, reacting to the spread of the image, suggested that the media was trying to hide something, encouraging others to share the image even more widely. While the image quickly went viral, there is no evidence to suggest that former President Obama was involved in or even aware of the allegations surrounding Diddy. Despite this, the timing of the photo's resurgence fueled speculation, with some pointing out that Diddy has been photographed with other high-profile figures, including Donald Trump. These associations led some social media users to speculate that there might be deeper connections between Diddy's legal issues and his famous acquaintances. Although there is no definitive proof confirming the authenticity of the 2024 image, Diddy has publicly supported Obama in the past. For instance, in 2017, Diddy posted a photo of the two of them dressed similarly to how they appeared in the viral image. This suggests that while the image may indeed be real, it doesn't necessarily imply any wrongdoing on Obama's part. It appears to be another case of social media users making connections between high-profile figures during controversial moments. Additionally, a photo of Diddy with Vice President Kamala Harris has raised questions. People are curious about the nature of their relationship, wondering whether Harris had attended any of Diddy's parties or if they simply knew each other casually. With the increased attention on Diddy due to his legal situation, it's natural for people to wonder what their friendship means and how it might affect public perceptions of both figures. These discussions offer insights into the circles that high-profile individuals travel in and how their relationships are scrutinized in times of controversy. Former President Donald Trump also found himself involved in this situation when he shared a digitally altered image on his social media platform, Truth Social. The image falsely suggested a connection between Kamala Harris and Diddy by swapping Diddy's face with that of former talk show host Montel Williams in a 2001 photo that originally showed Harris alongside Williams and his daughter. Trump's caption further pushed the false idea that Harris was somehow connected to Diddy's legal issues. However, this was another instance of misleading tactics used during the 2024 election campaign. Just weeks prior, Trump had shared AI-generated images, including one of pop star Taylor Swift allegedly endorsing him, which led to backlash from her fans. Another manipulated image showed Harris speaking at a non-existent event. Although these images were quickly debunked, the disinformation had already spread widely, showcasing Trump's recurring use of such tactics during his campaign. Despite the doctored image of Harris and Diddy being deleted, it backfired as genuine images of Trump and Diddy from their time on Celebrity Apprentice in 2012 resurfaced. In these clips, Trump referred to Diddy as a good friend. These clips went viral, and late-night comedians, including Jimmy Kimmel, pointed out the irony of Trump trying to link Harris to Diddy while maintaining a friendly relationship with him in the past. This situation also highlights the broader issue of disinformation campaigns targeting political figures. Microsoft recently reported that Russian-backed efforts were using deepfake technology to undermine Harris's candidacy, a tactic that has been echoed by some Trump supporters. For instance, Elon Musk shared a manipulated video distorting Harris's voice, further amplifying false narratives. As Trump continues to dominate the headlines, despite his own legal challenges and indictments, disinformation remains a key concern in the 2024 election. In addition to these political controversies, more recent allegations against Diddy have emerged, involving claims of disturbing gatherings referred to as satanic ritual parties. Survivors, including Allison Carter, have come forward with accounts of these events. Carter, who identifies as a survivor of inappropriate trafficking, has shared her story through a series of video clips on social media, describing the gatherings as unsettling and involving both adults and minors. These revelations are adding new layers to the accusations against Diddy, further affecting his reputation and raising broader questions about the culture within the entertainment industry. Allison Carter's testimony about the events she referred to as satanic ritual group encounters has ignited significant discussion online, particularly regarding the exploitation of children. Her powerful words have brought attention to the darker side of some celebrity gatherings, which she claims involved more than just wild parties. Carter's revelations describe the alleged involvement of minors, including herself, in deeply troubling situations. She emphasizes that these events were not simply adult parties but involved child victims, saying they weren't freak-offs, they were satanic ritual group encounters. Get it right. Carter's account has garnered considerable support from people on social media. One user praised her courage, tweeting, "Ali Carter dropping truth bombs? It's time to focus on the children." These reactions underscore the importance of amplifying the voices of survivors like Carter and shining a light on the issues they face. Reflecting on Diddy's current legal challenges, Carter expressed surprise, admitting, "I never thought it would happen." Since sharing her story, she has faced numerous hardships, including the loss of her home, despite her efforts to take legal action against Riverside County Child Protective Services, whom she claims played a role in her trafficking. Her evidence has reportedly been ignored, deepening her distrust in the systems meant to protect survivors. Carter also warned others to be cautious about relying on certain hotlines, suggesting that they might not be as supportive as they seem. In her fight for justice, Carter has consistently pointed out that any money involved in these situations was blood money, whether it was used to silence people or not. She has expressed a preference for receiving support from everyday individuals rather than larger financial entities, stressing the need for genuine help. Meanwhile, Diddy's connections to high-profile political figures such as former President Barack Obama and Vice President Kamala Harris have sparked renewed interest. Diddy has long been a vocal supporter of Obama, and the two share a history dating back to 2004, when they first met during a pivotal moment for both. Diddy, through his Vote or Die campaign, was rallying young voters, while Obama was emerging as a political figure on the national stage. During an MTV interview, Obama praised Diddy for his efforts to increase voter turnout, acknowledging his influence among young voters. Diddy's support for Obama continued throughout the years, especially during the 2008 election, when he was one of Obama's most vocal celebrity advocates. Hosting events such as the Last Chance for Change rally in Florida just before the presidential election, Diddy used his platform to encourage political engagement. Diddy's bond with Obama and his endorsement from Harris, who has also tweeted her support for him in the past, raises questions about how these relationships might influence public perceptions of all involved, especially in light of Diddy's legal troubles. Their long-standing connections, formed during times of political activism and celebrity influence, are now under scrutiny as Diddy faces serious allegations. Diddy's influence in both music and politics has long extended across party lines, as evidenced by his interactions with prominent figures from both the Democratic and Republican parties. His close proximity to high-profile individuals like Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump has recently come under scrutiny as his legal troubles unfold. For instance, after Diddy's arrest, some critics pointed to a 2020 tweet from Harris, where she praised Diddy for hosting a town hall on racial inequality during the pandemic. While some attempted to use the tweet to link Harris to Diddy's current legal issues, others defended the association, highlighting Diddy's role as a hip-hop icon with connections to many influential figures. Notably, Diddy was once photographed with Trump at a 2005 fundraiser held at Mar-a-Lago for the Rush Philanthropic Foundation. At the time, Trump was a registered Democrat and was involved in Democratic fundraising efforts. These connections reflect the reality that Diddy, as both a cultural and political figure, had relationships with individuals from across the political spectrum. As Diddy's legal case continues to develop, a new judge has been assigned to ensure a fair trial. Judge Arun Subramanian is now presiding over the case, replacing Judge Andrew L. Carter Jr., who was initially overseeing the proceedings. This change in judges could have significant implications for Diddy's trial, including another potential opportunity for Diddy to seek bail. Previous bail requests were denied by both Judge Carter and U.S. Magistrate Judge Robin Tarnavsky, who agreed with prosecutors that Diddy should remain in custody until his trial. Diddy has been held at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn since his arrest on September 16, 2024. This facility has also housed other high-profile inmates, including Sam Bankman-Fried. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, has been vocal in defending his client, arguing that the evidence presented thus far does not indicate inappropriate trafficking, but rather reflects Diddy's personal relationships. Agnifilo stated in court, "This is evidence not of inappropriate trafficking, but of being caught being unfaithful." He pointed out that Diddy had been in a 10-year relationship, despite the difficult circumstances surrounding his current legal issues. In response to the serious allegations, attorney Tony Buzbee has taken action, targeting A-list celebrities who may have attended Diddy's controversial parties. Buzbee recently sent letters to several well-known individuals, urging them to disclose any information they may have regarding the events that took place at these gatherings. He suggested that these celebrities could be held accountable if they were aware of any wrongdoing, or if substances were being used to coerce attendees. Buzbee's strategy is built on the idea that many individuals either knew about or participated in these gatherings, and he believes they should be brought to justice. He hinted that more names could surface as the investigation continues, saying, "All of these individuals have exposure here. Who will be named and when they will be named? All that will come out in due course." As Diddy's legal battle continues, the involvement of high-profile celebrities could complicate the case further. Both the legal and public relations aspects of this situation are sure to develop as more information is revealed.